Hi, it's me Vamp, and guess what? I am reviewing a frame called Ivara. Okay, before before I do or go over the review, I'm actually going to show you guys the prices and tell you guys how to get her. The reason I'm doing this first because let's call her an interesting way to get her. She's not a quest like a Naros or anything. So she's not a quest frame, so you can't get her from that. You can get her of two ways. Buy her from the market for $3.25 or from spy missions. The thing about it though, if you do farm her from spy missions, her parts drop at different levels of spy missions. You know, like 1 to 15 its system, I believe 16 through something is chassis, and you know, then the helmet and even the blueprint drop from a spy. And these aren't just regular spies, oh, you can fail one, no problem. You'll have to pass all of the spy. You'll have to get A, B, and C. If you fail one, you're not going to get a part for Ivara. So if you really want to be safe than sorry, to go with friend to farm her, or go solo to farm her, because if you set off the alarm, you'll not get, I mean, if you set off the alarm, it's fine, but if you know, fail to get A, B, or C, you or any of your teammates in the party, then you won't get Ivara, even if you complete the mission. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Now, let's talk about her passive before we go over her abilities. I find her passive pretty useless personally, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. First ability, Quiver. Okay, now Quiver is an interesting ability because of the fact that let's see. Her quiver had 4 abilities. And you know, you tap on PC, you tap 1 to cycle through them. Then hold down whenever you want to activate that one you've cycled through. On console, you know, hold the right bumper, and then, you know, press the X or, you know, whatever X equivalent to cycle through. You tap instead of hold down, just like on PC. Just different buttons. Navigator. Navigator actually, oh yeah, I never went over the arrows. For Quiver, there's an arrow to make you invisible. Well, it makes, the funny thing is it makes the area around the arrow that you shoot invisible, and you can stick it to an ally. Yeah, you can actually stick the arrow to an ally, so they are temporarily invisible. It comes in handy. The noise arrow I do not find handy much at all. The sleep arrow, that's exactly what you think of that. Shoot the arrow, enemies within the radius fall asleep, which leaves them susceptible to, you know, finishers. And there's a dash wire arrow. It literally lets you shoot out the dash wire. That you can then go on, run on, And your teammates can use too. It's pretty fun. Next ability, Navigator. You can control any projectile. So say you have a bow, an arrow, you fire it, you control where the bow goes. So you have it even works on things like, any projectile, like the Zenith Star, for example, or even the Zenith. It just works on any projectile, which is kind of cool. I'd say kind of cool because it's actually cooler if you're solo, because if you're with other people, it's kind of this whole thing where it's just not good. The reason it's not good if you're with other people is simply because the fact that it's too slow. And when you're with other people, it's a faster paced game. Oh yeah, and these are other stats for that mod, so I might add. Okay, let's get into Prowl. Prowl, become invisible and steal loot from unsuspecting enemies, or take out prey with deadly headshots. Okay, so this mod, this ability is a very good ability. Now, I do want to know a couple things. It makes you invisible. It uses up energy while you're invisible. It's a toggleable ability. You can't bullet jump while you're invisible, or run while invisible, or you'll become uninvisible. You can, however, run if you're dashing on your dash wire. That's pretty cool. And you can pickpocket enemies. If you pickpocket enemies, they act like they got some kind of chill or something, but they won't do anything. Just like any other invisibility, if you shoot a noise weapon, it will briefly make you visible again, then make you invisible again. So, overall, it's pretty good. The extra loot multiplier is 100% by default, so yeah, that is always good. Now, fourth and final ability, Artemis Bow. Summon a mighty bow and unleash a volley of devastating arrows. Okay, so just like Valkyr or any other Warframe with 4 that turns into stuff, like Excalibur gets a sword. As I've already mentioned, Valkyr, she gets her thing. Titania gets her little Archwing weapons. Artemis Bow. For Ivara, her 4 turns into a bow. Now the bow damage is affected by your primary. Just like Messa's Peacemaker is affected by her secondary, Valkyr thing is affected by her melee, Excalibur affected by his melee. This is affected by primary, so the stronger your primary, the more powerful your Artemis Bow. Oh, and it says multi-shot 7 because Artemis Bow shoots 7 bows at once. If you hold it down, you'll shoot from a different angle. You'll see what I'm talking about if you decide to get Ivara. Overall, Ivara, some some say it's the new king of spies. Some say. Not everyone said, but some people say, and that the reason some people say that is simply because of this. Infiltrate. It's actually an augment for Ivara that I never actually fully updated, so I probably should do that. Just so we can actually see what it does. It's a prowl augment. Ivara is able to bypass laser barrier and gains 25% movement speed. So, I mean, which is good because she's as slow as snails regularly.
Will meet a similar fate someday.
Yeah, she is as slow as snails with that. Actually, I'm gonna pay on now. Well, do you look at that? I was able to put it on. And now I'm spy ready, guys. I am spy ready. Okay, well, with all that said, that is Ivara. She was picking up. She's wolf farming. I mean, she might take some time to farm, I've been told. For me, I farmed her, it was the longest hour of my life. But every time I tell this story, they're like, Vamp, we had it way worse. They are like, it took me 2 weeks to farm her. It took me so on and so forth. So by comparison, my hour doesn't seem like a lot of time, but to me an hour was a super long time. At first I didn't think she was worth it at all, but the more I actually played with her, she's very useful. She's kind of a niche frame, if you will. She's useful for spies, and she's useful for when you need like a ribbon challenge to be invisible or something. So yeah, if you get around to getting her, I check her out. Like I said, just do spy mission, don't fail. She doesn't have a quest tied to her. Or if you straight up want to buy her, there's no judgment here. You do whatever you want with your money. And on that note, I will end the video here. Later.